Hey Trev, all right. See, that's how I start on a Monday. It's Trev from SmashweRx, Jamie Lee, superstar games athlete, and probably one of my closest friends, good coach. We're gonna go over the Psoas, and that's it today. It's a super easy and simple video. I got a lot of people saying to me, I did a seminar on Saturday about how they get low back issues and pelvic imbalances. The primary motion of the Psoas, just so you guys know, is just to stabilize the spine. Everything else is ancillary and secondary motion. Jim behind the camera knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's the truth, because the Psoas is from L2 to L5, and then it comes down and attaches on the front of the femur. So what it's gonna do is when you're dropping into the bottom of a squat, or when you're doing anything that's gonna involve midline stability, which is how much in CrossFit? Pretty much everything. Yeah, so midline stability is pretty much everything we do in CrossFit. That Psoas is gonna clamp up really tight to stabilize the hips, stabilize the spine, so when we drop into the hole to do a squat snatch, overhead work, even when we're doing our kipping or muscle ups, anything like that, that's constantly stabilizing that lumbar spine, which is super important because we want to avoid any injuries. So it does that first. The second thing it does is hip flexion and then a little bit of internal rotation. So in order to get that to loosen up, we have to kind of smash around on it and get a good stretch on it. We hold stretches for how long? 2 minutes, right? The problem is it takes 2 minutes to make a tissue change in a good way or a bad way. So if I'm sitting at a desk or I'm driving and I'm sitting in this position, what's gonna happen is 2 minutes later, this is short and tight, and then I go and stand up and it's gonna arch that lumbar spine and it's gonna put a lot of strain and shear force on those discs. So I'm gonna show you how to undo it. First thing is a couch stretch. You guys have heard of this, everybody knows it. We're gonna demonstrate it anyway because, well, we need to do it. So Jamie's gonna get into the couch stretch and you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm gonna put a caveat in here. Jamie is probably one of the most mobile people around, so he's gonna show you a couple of variations. I'm gonna have him stay just like this. If you guys have a super tight psoas or rectus femoris, now the rectus femoris runs from the ASIS, which is the front of the hip here, down to the bottom just below the knee, and it's this long skinny muscle here, but it does a ton of stuff, right Jeff?
Oh yes.
Yeah, so it does a ton of stuff. And one of them is hip flexion, the other is knee extension. If it's really tight, this is all you're gonna be able to do. Doesn't matter, you camp out here, but what do we wanna do? We wanna keep that midline super hollowed out, right? Real tight. Boom. Yep, that's it. So what he's gonna do now is he's gonna come all the way up and show you what it's supposed to look like at 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's a super tight couch stretch. And what he's doing is he's hitting deep inside the pocket. So the psoas, iliacus is another part of that. So it's the entire hip flexor complex. And down here, that rectus femoris, and he's gonna hold that for 2 minutes. He's gonna do both sides, and I would do this at least 2 or 3 times, especially after you get out of a car, long drive, driving to Diablo so you can do your workout for like 90 minutes. You know, especially Plan D guys, you should probably do that even more. Now the modified version of this is I'm gonna have Jamie come off over the wall. He's gonna do the same thing, except he's gonna keep his leg like this, and he's gonna get up real high and tight like this, and turn just about 10 degrees off center. And I guarantee you he's gonna tell you hits it, nope, come off the wall.
Oh, just
nope,
right here.
just 90 degrees. So he's gonna squeeze super tight, squeeze his butt, squeeze the glutes, and he's just gonna rotate a little bit. And now I guarantee you feel it in here, Tim, right? So he's hitting a different aspect. He's basically isolating the psoas and the iliacus. So now you're hitting those super strong muscles that stabilize that lumbar spine. If you notice what he's doing, he's kind of hunting around. Call it freestyling, grinding around, whatever you want to do. That's smart to do. Find a spot that's tight and then just kind of oscillate around and find all those gnarly little sticky bits. We call them the fugly little corners. That's the second one. How long do we hold it?
2 minutes.
There we go, just making sure. All right, last one is this one. Jamie's gonna lay on the back. This is a super light kettlebell. I would have Jamie using probably a 70, but we're gonna start with a 44. We don't drop it on him. We flip it upside down. You go 1 inch to the side of the belly button. You're gonna take the corner and you're just gonna let it kind of situate for about 15, 20 seconds till it gets into that spot. You'll know when you hit it because it gets all of a sudden really, really tight. And then he's gonna take this leg. Now the femur, see what he's doing? The femur tracks out. It doesn't track up into the chest. So what's gonna happen is if you go this way, you're gonna do 2 things. You're gonna bang into the kettlebell and you're gonna bang into the top of the acetabulum and just smash the heck out of that bony ridge. So he's gonna come up like this and he's gonna kick his leg straight out. He's gonna do that 15 times, both sides, 2 rounds. This is gonna smash out that psoas. You feel that?
Oh,
yeah, you see, we're gonna block that face. Pain face, 6:40 in the morning on a Monday. We don't wanna see that. But the good thing is Jamie knows about this because I've made him do this for about a year. So see, that's right. So you guys do this. This is a great way to get the psoas to move, the iliacus to move, free up those hips, free up that low back. get everything moving the way it's supposed to. Trevor, Jamie, SmashweRx. I'll see you guys tomorrow.